Last season, the Memphis Grizzlies finished the season as the second seed in the West, but lost in the second round of the playoffs to the Golden State Warriors in 6 games. It was going to be exciting to see what the Grizzlies would do in the offseason to take that next step as a franchise to win the West and make it to the finals. However, the Grizzlies haven't really done anything during the offseason, and it's made me wonder if the Grizzlies have enough to compete in the West. The reason I'm saying that the Grizzlies offseason is a letdown is because they lost some of their players like Anthony Melton in a trade with the Philadelphia 76ers for the 23rd pick in the draft and Danny Green. They also lost Kyle Anderson in free agency to the Minnesota Timberwolves. These two players have played significant roles in turning the Grizzlies into a contender, but now they're gone and it's going to be hard for Memphis to find players that can be good role players like Anthony Melton and Kyle Anderson. I also didn't like how the Grizzlies focused more of their time on trying to find players in the draft, where they chose 2 players in the first round. Both players they chose in the draft could turn into great role players during the season, but I just don't like how their team has gotten younger instead of trying to find experienced players that know what it takes to win. Not only have the Grizzlies lost some of their rotation players and gotten younger, but it looks like they're going to miss one of their key players in Jaren Jackson Jr. for a while from him getting surgery for a stress fracture in his foot. The Grizzlies are going to miss his presence on the court, especially on the defensive end because he was great at protecting the paint and altering shots. Some may say that Jackson Jr. was coming off his best overall season with him playing in 78 games, which is the most games he's played in during the regular season. Jaren Jackson Jr. is already seen as injury prone, but people including myself thought that this was when he was finally going to get rid of that narrative of him being injured every year, but unfortunately it turns out that he will have to recover from another injury. It's looking like the West is getting better while the Grizzlies are being complacent and not really doing anything during the offseason to get better. The Grizzlies will still be a good team without having to do anything during the offseason because they have Ja Morant. I just don't think the Grizzlies will have the same success they did last season from teams in the West getting better. The Grizzlies have done some things that I thought were hopeful, like re-signing their backup point guard Tyus Jones to a new deal and giving Ja Morant an extension to stay in Memphis. I just thought that they were going to do more during the offseason to solidify their chances of winning the West. The Grizzlies still have time to make a move in the offseason, but they have to hurry because the West is getting stronger by the minute while their team stays the same.